Hello guys, welcome everyone to Mando Monday. This is the series where you guys ask the questions and I, of course, answer them. This could be to do with anything related to Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO investing, when is Source 2 coming possibly, or maybe something to do with the new Kenobi show, maybe some Star Wars stuff, Lego. I'm a decent fan of that myself, if you can't tell already. If you guys have a question for next week's video, make sure you leave a comment in this video or any video specifically saying Ask Mando, and then ask your question. It's usually the easiest way for me to find it. And without further ado, before we hop into this Mando Monday and today's commentary, here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey.
Now today's video sponsor is of course Skins Monkey. Now if you guys are unfamiliar with what Skins Monkey is, they are currently the biggest growing Counter-Strike Global Offensive trading marketplace for skins, which is absolutely amazing, with great fees as well. Let's just say you guys have some skins you're really not feeling anymore. Skins Monkey is the best way to trade them. In this trade, to be exact, I actually profited 18 cents, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but considering it's a trading website, it's actually very, very good. Sign up today to get up to a $5 bonus, which is very nice. And if you've never used the website before, well, you can use my code MANDO, go up to the top right, you claim that bonus. And if you guys want to deposit with real life cash or crypto, you get a 25% deposit bonus, which is very, very nice.
So quick update before we get into the questions. I have a very big announcement coming in the next week or so. I'm preparing a lot of stuff for this announcement. There's going to be some big changes on this channel specifically, which I'm actually really, really looking forward to. And of course, informing you on what's going to be happening here. And with that out of the way, let's hop into today's questions. Now, our first question up here, and this guy says, should I sell PG out gold? So I'm assuming you're talking about Stockholm 2021, but if you're not, and you're talking about the old PGL Major from Krakow 2017, don't sell those. Those are going to be rare because they're dwindling in numbers. And of course, people are going to want those forever. They're going to mean a lot more sentimentally than any new gold that comes out nowadays, just because they're so low in quantity, and they've always just been a very big flex for a lot of people. But I think you're talking about this major specifically that has recently come out, of course, being Stockholm 2021, and the gold seem to be doing perfectly fine right now. They haven't dropped a whole lot, especially some of the team stickers, like the mouse gold, 164 bucks. This was pushing almost $300 a little while ago, but that was with FOMO and a lot of other things playing in a factor. These could be some decent pickups for some people, but I know they've dropped a lot, but I would hold off on kind of selling these right now. I know it's kind of hard for people not to sell right now because you're seeing the price low, but of course you want to be able to buy low and sell high. And that's of course what you'd be doing right now is the complete opposite. And something with the Nico gold sticker from last year specifically, or the Simbo gold, these stickers are where you're going into, I would say, dark territory for me. Because they're kind of getting remade from this year in the Antwerp Major and they're easier for people to get. They're not easier, but they're more obtainable for most people because it's 25 cents a capsule. But there is so many more autographs this year compared to last year. That's something you have to keep in mind with these specifically. Because they're going to be harder to unbox, there's not going to be a whole lot of them. So I think people are eventually going to fall on some of these Stockholm signatures and Stockholm golds. And that's where I think those are going to go up in price. So right now, I don't think it's the best time to sell. There's not really a whole lot of indicators to sell right now. Of course, unless you want to buy into this major sale, but you'd be losing quite a bit. And I think the profit you'd get from Antwerp specifically wouldn't weigh as much as you would get from Stockholm, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I would just keep your Stockholm golds. Our next question up here from Blex, and he says, do you think the Cato 15 stickers will rise more until the end of the summer? So right now, Cato 15 isn't really getting a whole lot of love and attention, and this is for many reasons, and I've talked about this past year. With any older sticker really that's come out recently, hasn't been getting a whole lot of attention, and this is because we've received the best two sticker years, or best two sticker majors, and I would say this past decade of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is just kind of crazy to talk about, at least since 2014 and 2015. So everyone's eyes are going to be on Stockholm, going to be on Antwerp, especially that Cloud9 Hollow or something like the Mouse, Hollow from 2020. Or 2021, things like the old Virtus Pro sticker, so on and so forth. So I think until the hype dies down for these, until we get a break, which I don't know if we will anytime soon, because the RIO Major is of course coming here pretty soon, I don't really see it happening right now. I think when we have a break from a major in operation, there's just a lot of downtime for people to look at older stuff on the market. That's when these stickers will go high up in price. And I think what a lot of people misunderstand is around the time RMR was happening, before, after, and currently in that moment, older stickers were rising, and same with skins, quite a bit. And that was because people wanted different stickers that were a lot more rare than those gold team stickers from that year specifically, or more exclusive ones. And that's what rose those prices up so much. That was the pandemic year of Counter-Strike. There was not a whole lot of content really until Broken Fang. So I think it will come, but I think you're gonna be waiting a little longer than the end of this summer specifically. To give you an exact date, I can't, but until we have a downtime, really, that's the only answer to that. Our next question up, and this guy says, all I hope for is better FPS. And of course, this guy says, what is your current setup? And what this guy is referring to is my new Source 2 video, which I've talked about how Source 2 is pretty much inevitably coming at this point in time. There's more leaks and rumors, and this is the most leaks I think we've seen in the past 2 years realistically than someone just rambling on how Source 2 is coming. Source 2 is coming. When that date is going to be, who really knows? And what's essentially happening, to sum up that video for you if you haven't checked it out, which I suggest you do. Essentially, when Source 2 comes out, you're going to have the option to play Source 2 and Source 1, which I talked about months and months ago, even a year ago at this point, how it would be beneficial for everybody. The professionals and people who want to get the best FPS, who maybe have a really low-end budget computer, until Source 2 is optimized, you can still play on Source 1, and I think it's going to be like this for years to come, which is going to be really, really awesome. So content creators like myself, streamers, are probably going to play on Source 2 for it to look better and just better overall for the average viewer to watch. And Source 2, I think eventually will have better FPS. It will be more optimized for your system. But at the end of the day, if you have a really old computer, it's going to get outdated. And that's how I see it. It's going to get better FPS for higher end computers and mid tier, but if you have a lower end PC, I think maybe it's going to come to that point where you're going to have to upgrade to some degree, at least something in your piece. But of course, we don't really know what's even going to be in Source 2, how much it's going to change, so I can't really give you a whole answer, but that's kind of what I can sum up here. Our next question up here, and this man says, or woman possibly, is it a good idea to buy Antwerp stickers only and selling it after the sale ends to have a better profit, as now the sticker prices are really down? What do you guys think about this? I am thinking about buying glitter stickers of Antwerp. So my problem with glitter stickers, and I think some people have talked about this before, but I've recently talked about how glitters are easier to obtain this year than they might be in the future. And of course, since they're replacing that hollow placement, hollows are now replacing foils and glitters are now replacing hollows in the tier category of what is rare to unbox. And while glitters, since right now they're a decent price, I think they're going to go down a little more into the future. I think everything right now during the 75% off sale is going to be really, really touchy for a lot of people to buy into. And let me sum that up for you. Something that happened with the Rocks Hollows, everyone saw the profit of the Rocks Hollow, so people started buying that capsule that it was in, unboxing that capsule, and making the price go down a whole lot. And that is, of course, with market manipulation involved in that sticker. The same thing is going to be happening with glitters. If people see that a very low supply of a certain glitter sticker that people like is there, people are going to unbox that capsule and make it happen. But what I will say is with the hollows this year, because they're so much harder to unbox, people are going to have to go through more capsules on the market to, of course, get a hollow sticker that they enjoy. And we're going somewhere with this. With it being harder, people are going to go through more capsules. So if more capsules are bought, and that doesn't really matter all the time in this sort of situation, people are going to go through more capsules, making them less quantity in the market, going up in demand, and making them go up in price. And with hollows becoming really rare and expensive, I think people like the average Joe in maybe a year or two are going to turn to glitter stickers for this year specifically, especially on a team like Cloud9, where if this is the last year we receive transparent backgrounds, this could be the one and only first year where we receive transparent glitter stickers, which would be the cheaper alternative to these hollows specifically for Antwerp 2022. So in the end, I think glitters actually could be pretty decent, depending on what teams you pick, of course. So that's something to look into. Let me know what you guys think on that question specifically. Our next question up here, and this guy says, regarding autograph capsules, would contenders, legends, or challengers be the better option? This is the exact same thing as the last question pretty much. This is going to come down to the exact wire at the end of the 75% off sale, really what you can get these capsules for at this specific price. I think the Legends autograph capsule obviously is heavily overinvested in, and same with the regular Legends capsule because of the Cloud9 sticker and some others in there. But the thing is hollows are harder to unbox, right? And with the autographs, people are going to go through more autograph capsules to get the one they want because there's so many autograph capsules. And on top of that, if something is hard to unbox, they're gonna have to go through a lot more, on top of the fact that hollows and golds are obviously a really high tier this year. Now, I'm not gonna give you an exact, situation or capsule to look into because I think those numbers are really gonna change until the 75% off sale, but I will update you guys on this, and this is something you guys should keep in mind and probably update yourself with once a day on the market, at least for the next week or so of viewing this video, just to see how the capsules are doing and maybe buy into the capsules that are least invested in, or maybe some stickers that look really underrated that might be discovered in a year or two. Now, our next question up here from Beast, and he says, if RIO Major has no background once again, so if it looks like Antwerp or Katowice 2014, sticker investments will be inevitably over. And I don't really agree with this, but I don't disagree with it completely either. I think I have a decent take on it. I think the same thing will happen with maybe Stockholm and this sort of situation with Antwerp, where Antwerp might be like Stockholm. We're going to have some teams that are not going to be in the next major, obviously deeming those to be rare, and then people are also going to get really nervous and scared in the future of investing, and this is going to dwindle numbers even even more into the future, and maybe we'll have a Stockholm 2.0 situation, or possibly could turn into Antwerp once again if that happens like Stockholm did. I just think if this happens again, where we get transparent stickers again, I think people are going to be really hesitant to buy more stuff into CS, at least as an investment and not just for fun. And I will say an investment side of CS, it's grown quite a bit. Majority share of these capsules and whatnot in people's inventories are from investors. So I think in this sense, the average Joe will probably be dropping out of investing into majors and just investing into Counter-Strike if this does happen. But I still think we're going to have certain stickers like we do with Stockholm right now, like the Virtus Pro, the mouse sticker, that are really unique to that year and that are really cool, and they're going to have their own little tint to it, like they have their own hollow effect versus Antwerp that's different, maybe better for some. That will go up in price. Now our next question up, and this man says, investing in a CSGO is too unpredictable and dangerous. Close to the case unboxing. The chances of having profit is extremely low, and I think people didn't like this comment a whole lot because it is very profitable in CS if you buy the right time and of course the right place and buy the right things. The worst things I see in CS, and the majority of people who rush into stuff. People rush into the FOMO of things when things are currently happening. So let's just say tomorrow, for an example, Katowice stickers, like the 2015 ones, the paper ones that are pretty cheap, like under $100, shoot up in price. People are gonna go buy into that sticker specifically, and this is like crypto too, I see a lot of people do it, is they'll sell at a very low price because they're starting to tank because they jumped in on a FOMO situation, and when realistically the people who profited and should have profited are the people who held them before. And investing into something in CS is sometimes a mistake, but it's also something that you have to be smart about. Same thing with cases. Like for almost half of a year, you had an opportunity to buy something like the glove case, which was rare, it was limited, people wanted it, it was under $1, and now it's over $3. It's just common sense right there. You shouldn't buy the glove case, or really any cases in the market right now. They're too expensive. You want to wait for the downtime in CS, and that usually tends to be during the winter time, the end of the summer sale, and end of the summer when those things kind of go down in price. And of course, buying paper stickers, for an example, in an operation, the Battle Scarred sticker from Broken Fang, the Liquid Fire sticker from Operation Riptide are great examples. I'm making a video on Operation stickers soon, but these have been stickers that were 10 to 15 cents that are now over $2 or $3 for some of these stickers individually right now, which is just absolutely crazy. And with Stockholm is a great example. People thought it was gonna be the worst investment in Counter-Strike, and also with the knives this year from Upin, right? And just in general. Things shoot up and down all year for an example like that. Sure, it's unpredictable, but there are smart ways to buy in, and I see a lot of people, of course, buy high and sell extremely low, which for some stupid reason it happens. And I think people like to relate things too much to the bad parts of CS investing because they don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's false information, who knows? But I think if you have a decent basis of who you're watching on the internet, you should also do your research on top of that, and I think it could be pretty good in the end. And just right now, just in general, it's too unpredictable to buy in, like you just said, but that's just currently right now, not for the rest of the year. Now, our next question up here from Ari, and he says, why is the capsule selling a buff so expensive? I thought it was on sale. So this question was before the 75% off sale was lifted, essentially. So the 75% off sale came out, and if you bought a capsule and wanted to sell it on the Steam market for the 25-cent price that you got it at, it wouldn't have counted. You couldn't have. It had a trade ban on it, and they started doing this a couple years ago, I believe, for some reason. So now they're on buff, and their regular prices, they're extremely cheap. So if you can get something on buff like that, or a skin port possibly for a discount, that's what I would go buy the capsules on. Crispy up next with our next question. He says, I've been hearing people in casual investing in Antwerp because they missed Stockholm. When the mainstream normies invest, it seems possible that the supply will be larger. Yes and no. It's really hard to tell on this, right? Because people are going to invest because they missed on Stockholm. There's going to be that group of people, but I really don't think it's that large. Obviously, there's no indicator or it's just pretty much speculation. There's no proof or evidence of this right now. We're not going to know until the end of the 75% off sale when the FOMO and people start kicking in with certain numbers and stickers they didn't realize before that were really expensive or really cool looking that go up in price. I think people are still really burnt out on RMR, and RMR was a big reality check for thousands and possibly millions of people who invested into that. And of course, RMR was like a 6-month sale versus these two sales were our normal major sales. Someone like Rave, Master Shiny, and Fells have talked about this before as well. This sale is a regular major sale, just like Stockholm and years prior. Rave said this a little while ago, and it kind of was a reality check for me and some other people. Every single major besides RMR has been profitable in one way or another, with good-looking stickers or bad-looking stickers. The Face It 2018 stickers were still profitable. Even RMR, at one point or another, during the first couple days it was gone, was profitable, and this is something to look into. Just to what extent? Sure, Stockholm I think was like a 1 in 10 chance of happening, but I think we have a decent opportunity this year just based on how many stickers we have. The autograph capsules have hundreds of options in them, which is really, really good. And of course, the team stickers, they're harder to get if you want some of the holos. So we're gonna have to burn through more of these capsules to open, which is gonna dwindle the quantity, making them go up in price if people still want them in a few months, which I think they will. So I get what you're saying. I kind of agree with it to an extent, but I've also checked a lot recently with how I feel about it, and my opinion's kind of swayed on that. Our last question up here is, do you think the Eternal Fire sticker is a good investment? Now, this sticker specifically right now, I'm gonna say it's a little iffy, right? I would say this is more so of a gamble at this moment in time, and the reason I would say this is decent, actually, to some extent, is because of the Cloud9 sticker is obviously really in demand. I believe one day this sticker will be extremely expensive, and this is obviously just a certain scenario, so you're already gambling on a scenario that I'm talking about. But if this Cloud9 sticker went up to a price that most people can't afford or don't really want to afford, this is when the Eternal Fire sticker, in my opinion, will go up in price. The same thing with the 9Z and Outsider sticker, where I see if the 9Z sticker goes up in price to a point where the average Joe doesn't want to pay or can't afford, they're going to turn to the Outsider sticker because it is also purple. The blue on blue with Cloud9 and, of course, the Eternal Fire, that's when people go to the Eternal Fire, boosting that price up, and that's when you'll get your profit from that. Hopefully I answered all your guys' questions the way you wanted me to. If you have any more or different questions for next week's video, possibly when the sale is going to get removed or different cases at this moment in time, let me know down in the comment section. Ask Vandal, then ask your question. Hope you have a great day. Stay positive, stay sexy. Make sure you guys stay tuned for this announcement next week. I'm very, very excited. I'm out, guys. Peace.